Okay, shall we start po? Before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves first. I am Edlin Abubu.
And I'm Shana Lautris, and we're BPAT students from Limsa MLUC.
Now we are here, sir, to conduct an interview about some or specific topic or issue about here in your barangay or community. Before we start our interview, sir, we would like to know your name first.
Okay, I'm Michael Balagot. Presently the punong barangay here in Maringaw, Pawang. So I'm pleased to have you to wing your study here in our barangay. So, uh, what are we going to talk about this day?
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, we have 5 questions here. First question is, what are those specific issues about inclusivity and diversity that your community facing today?
Okay, on that question of yours, so we have two different things you are asking about.
Yes, sir.
It's inclusivity and diversity.
Yes.
So first, let's talk something about inclusivity. So from the word inclusivity, meaning involvement. So involvement, it's including all types of people, yeah? Things or ideas in treating them all fairly and equally. So that's inclusivity. Next is diversity. So, in the word diversity, there is representation. So, what do I mean about representation? It's the fact that many different types of things or people being included in something, or a range of different things or people that you need to involve in something, ano? So, on your question, just like what you have said, what are those specific issues about inclusivity and diversity that our community is facing today? So, of course, number one, politics. Why do I say politics? Uh, Different residents here, even me as a politician, no? I include politics because I follow another leader. Some believe in another leader. That's why I include politics. Ano? Uh, can I speak our local dialect in your
Yes, sir.
study?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, inayon ko ti politika kamin agsasabali ti pamati gamin ti tattao dito yung barangay tayo niya gamputa ada ti sumursurutan na di bangir, damat sumursurutan na di bangir. Include ko ayan ti question nyo ti politics kasi dati sa bali nga pamati iti may sakin may sa iti patpatsinda nga politiko nata. So next, social status. So I will include social status. Uh, not all residents here have the same social status.
Yes, sir.
So we have the brackets poor, and the rich, and the middle class.
Yes.
That's why I include social status also here in your question. Next is education. I included education because some have finished degree holder, master's holder, PhD, but some just in elementary level or none. That's why I included education. Next, income equality. I will include also income inequality kasi sometimes others are discriminated because of income levels, ano? Uh, Parang sa Facebook, lagi nyo
Yes.
naman nakikita doon.
Yes, sir.
Kung sino yung may pera, yun yung laging naiimbita, di ba?
Yes.
From that phrase alone. That's why I included income inequality. Next, religion. I will always include religion kasi there will always be religious differences.
Yes.
Hanta yung agpapada ti pamati kanya. So nga here in our barangay, religion is very diverse. We have the Christian religion, just like you are in right now, di ba, ading ko?
Yes, sir.
I'm a Catholic, there are Iglesia, there are Mormons, and some other religious groups here in the barangay. I think we have 7 different religious sectors here in our barangay. Next, lifestyle. Why will I include lifestyle? Some have sedentary lifestyle and some have party lifestyle, di ba?
Yes,
O, anda di mangayat nga gyan lang, pupupok lang di balay. So pinaka lifestyle nga, mas masaya siya na nandun lang sa loob ng bahay. Meron din naman yung masaya na lumalabas, no? Being with your friends, di ba? Ah, being outgoing, uh, I will incorporate religion also here kasi sometimes some people already and also consider religion as a lifestyle.
Yes.
They are being happy, attending church activities and projects, no. Mas mas agbalbalinda nga productive na nasa church. So next, generational differences. Why will I include generational differences? So we have differences on age groups or generation.
Yes, sir.
Gen Z, di ba? Millennials, da kami kat oldies kami ni nya. So nga dati issue ti inclusivity and diversity anya ti generational differences kasi the world is fast changing, so everything is getting digital. Some are being left behind, traditional pa rin, and cannot cope up of the growing, very fast growing nga change. Ito'y lubong tayo. So nga inayon ko nga talaga ti generational differences. Next, disabilities. I include disabilities kasi some are discriminated for having disabilities, as makita yung dita kalsada, di gijay aguuyong nga magnakat, di ba? Tabtaboy ti tao. Imbis nga tulungan ko mas itabtaboy iti daduma. Even this is already a fact, anya. This is already happening in our world. Some families disregard di pamilyada nga dati disability na, di ba?
Yes, sir.
We have one, I can give one example here. Dati PWD dito may isang nga puro. Baybay ang dalaan pero muarte rabi nga panagpalimos iti may isang nga store. So nga naganan. So nga include ko nga talaga ti disabilities dito. Question nyo nga muna. And lastly, issues about inclusivity and diversity is being biased.
Yes.
Diba? Being biased. Why being biased? Kasi some person only believe on the other side, on the
Yes.
other person, without knowing the opinion of the other. Kaya in-include ko yung being biased on this question of yours. Kasi yung iba nagiging unfair.
Yes.
Kaya things are not getting resolved because of being biased. They only listen and believe to one person. So those are the things I will include on your first question.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So this is our second question. Tell us about an instance where you had problems dealing with diversity at your community.
Okay. So, as a barangay captain, sa punong barangay here in Paringao, these are the instances of problems I have dealt in our community. First is communication. So, sometimes we have language barriers. Sa punong barangay, sometimes I encounter problems here, which includes foreigners, because as we all know, Paringao is full of foreigners living here.
Yes, sir.
And some of the foreigners have Filipina wives. Sometimes if they have differences or misunderstanding, they bring it here in the barangay. Some foreigners cannot speak fluent English. They are only translated by their spouses. So nga, that's one problem na I can share about your second question. So next is generational gap. Why generational gap? Because still our community is divided in two. There's still the traditional and the liberated already. But still, our barangay is still more on the traditional and the more conservative type. But as I said a while ago, since as the world is fast growing, so liberation is already getting and starting to be the norm. Talagang nag-iiba na ang mundo natin. As we see the youth right now, more of them are already liberated. And the conservative type is kumukonti na. What else? Discrimination. Why discrimination? So, I include discrimination kasi there's still differences on race, sex, country of origin. Yun nga, yung mga foreigners na sinasabi ko, no? Some of them are being discriminated here because they cannot speak the local language. As to race, di ba Ilocano tayo dito eh.
Okay, sir.
At duma nga sumangkot from Visayas or Mindanao who speak different language. Ay, Bisaya, di ba? Uyaw-uyawin na kasi niya. As to sex naman, di ba? I have encountered also an issue regarding sex, LGBT community.
Yes, sir.
Yung mga yung mga conservative na tao pa dito, masyado nilang uyawon iti babakla, dito tumboy. Well, right now we are supporting kwan naman na ngayon, gender equality.
Yes.
Because even me, I know lahat ng tao pantay-pantay. We can do all the same. Kaya nating gawin ang kayang gawin na ng iba.
Yes.
Di ba? Kagaya ng kababaihan ngayon, di ba? Marami na dumot yan, more are working already.
Yes.
Yung trabaho ng mga kalalakihan, di ba? May mga babaeng welder naman na dyan,
Yes.
bus drivers, jeepney drivers. That's why, ayun, in-include ko yung sex. So, from that, yun nga, included din yung gender equality nga. So, nga pwede instance problems dealing with diversity, accommodation of beliefs. Why accommodation of beliefs? I will from the first question you told me a while ago, asked me a while ago, yun na. We have different perspectives on politics, culture, and spirituality.
Yes.
So kaya yun yung mga problems na nadidil ko rin dito sa barangay as the punong barangay here in Parino.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. Our third question is, as a barangay captain, how would you handle seeing and hearing discrimination in your community?
Okay, so how will I handle discrimination here in the community? So first and foremost, as a barangay captain, I need to enforce the law, the barangay justice system. So that's the first step or the first thing that I need to do kasi we have ordinances that we are creating here in the barangay, and most especially in our municipality. One example of this is ordinance that has been approved is the Bawal Bastos Ordinance. If you're aware with that,
Yes, sir.
which was authored by Sangguniang Bayan member Tanya de Guzman. So, ano ang linalaman ng Bawal Bastos Ordinance? Yung simple catcalling sa mga babae na katulad niyo. something like that. So that's one thing that uh, I need to do niya. If I experience discrimination. So enforce the law kasi may batas tayong sinusunod. So kung may problema, may ginawang mali yung isang tao sa pagpapahiya sa isa, di ba? Meron tayong batas about that.
Yes, sir.
Uh, we can incorporate also VAUSI here. Yeah, violence against women and child sa discrimination. Kasi we have a lot of ordinances and law about that. Pumapabor ang kababaihyan at mga bata sa
Yes,
law
sir.
natin ngayon. Ano? What else? Can I what else? How can I what else on how I handle seeing discrimination? If there's discrimination involved on minors, involve their parents always. Because minors cannot speak for themselves. If we include them on the law kasi, di ba? They should be above 18. Kung below 18, we have to include the parents on this, on the discrimination being experienced by them. So what else? Educate. So, education. Where do we always experience discrimination? Di ba? More on dito sa school. Yan,
Yes, sir.
bullying. Bullying. So, we need to educate the students about bullying kasi at this age right now, bullying is a very big concern kasi it stresses the minors already, di ba? Alam natin yung mga ibang bata na na-stress ngayon, they tend to go to, di ba,
Yes.
suicide. So we have to give importance also to mental health. Di ba? Kaya sinabi ko na we have to educate residents and the minors. And lastly, eliminate being biased. As a barangay official, we handle a lot of cases here in the barangay. We all like me, just like what I always say to my kagawads, if you handle cases here in the barangay, you should always stay in the middle, ano? In between the complainant and the respondent.
Yes, sir.
Do not stick on one side. Always get the opinion of both and then bring them together to create a solution on their problem. That's why eliminate being biased. Just stay in the middle and always listen on both sides. So those are my answers on your question number 3.
Okay, thank you, sir, for that wonderful answer. So this is our fourth question. How do you advocate for inclusivity in your community?
Okay. How do I advocate for inclusivity in the community? You should listen to someone's needs and stand up for them if they are being treated unfairly or being excluded. So, listening is a very good virtue, di ba? You cannot solve a problem without listening to someone's problems, to
Yes.
someone's arguments, to someone's disagreements. So, listening is a very powerful tool. You cannot determine the solution if you will not listen. If you will not get the ideas of the other people. That's why listening is very important on being a leader. You cannot make a solution if you don't have the heart of listening.
Yes.
So that's my answer for question number 4.
Thank you, sir. So, our last question is, what steps can you take to promote your advocacy in inclusivity and diversity within your community or barangay?
Okay. So I have 2 answers for that. basing it on the barangay level on that question, ano, how to promote advocacy in inclusivity and diversity within my community. So we always conduct on the first quarter and the last quarter of the year General Assembly. So why General Assembly? General Assembly is wherein is an activity wherein you enjoin, where you invite community leaders, stakeholders, religious leaders, purok leaders, associations, and the like here in the barangay. So, why General Assembly? Kasi it's there where you can listen, no? Listen to them and get their ideas, their opinions, and of course, it's where you can get the things that needs to be fixed
Yes.
in the community. That's why general assemblies are very important. Also, public hearings. Why public hearings? If you need to get approval on an ordinance that you want to create, public hearings are tools that needs to be followed. Kasi without public hearings, uh, uh, you cannot get the majority of approval on the ordinances that you want to create. For example, I want to, for example, we have a project regarding waste management, di ba? For example, I need to purchase a dump truck, and then on that dump truck, garbage truck, it will be a tool to fix the solution of garbage here in the barangay. And then from that, you need to get minimal fees on every household, so at least you can have maintenance cost, maintenance salaries for the garbage workers. Ano? And then why will I include public hearings? Of course, before collecting some fees, ano, I need to ask the general public on their approval if that is feasible or not. That's why those are the things those are the things that needs to be done, ano, to promote the advocacy, to the advocacy in pushing inclusivity and diversity here in the community. So general assemblies and public hearings.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for letting us to have an interview with you.
Very much welcome. So
Thank you, sir.
I hope these answers on your questions will help you on your study.
Thank you, sir.